Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tacoma Cyclist. I'm the Tacoma Cyclist. That's the boogeyman. Today we're going to look at these. Well, that is to say, these. And what are these, you might ask? Oh, well, these are bibs and a base layer from the company, the Black Bibs. They're not just any bibs. They're the company's top of the line bibs. What does that mean, you might ask? Well, the Black Bibs prides themselves on making bibs and other clothing that don't have a bunch of labels and, you know, sponsor logo and stuff. No labels, no BS. Okay, so what's special about them? In general, they pitch themselves as being a cycling clothing company that offers high quality clothing at an affordable price because they don't have all the junk on them. They make it in the US using imported fabrics and all that kind of fun stuff. And frankly, we have some pretty good kit, but we thought instead of using all of our sponsored kit and stuff like that on the trainer, which is just going to break it down and wear it out, and why waste a pair of $200 bibs when you can waste a pair of $80 bibs? Let's find out. Like I said, these are their premium bibs, but their lower priced bibs come in even cheaper. Like I said, these are about 80 bucks. You can get them down into the, I think, $45 range for a pair of bibs, which is almost too good to be true. Knowing that I like the features that they offered on the higher end bibs, I opted for these, and we're gonna take a look at them. So bear with us. We are gonna take a look at all the quirks and the features of these bibs, and then we're gonna take them out for a ride, and then we're gonna give them a Doug score. Oh no, that's a different YouTube channel. Never mind. Anyway, let's talk through what these bibs are and what they aren't. Oh, and Merry freaking Christmas. It's that time of the year. Maybe this is a good stocking stuffer or present. I don't know. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to compare their top of the line bibs to our sponsors, one of our kind of entry level bibs, and then one of our sponsors' top of the line bibs. And we're not going to talk about quality and features. Well, we are going to talk about that. But we're not going to like say that one of them is an inherent winner. We're just going to show some of the differences and the good and the bad. All right, so let's start with the chamois. Overall, I think, I guess this is Christmassy. Hey, Merry Christmas. But stitching, there's not any stitching in the places you wouldn't want it. In comparison between these two, this one seems to have molded padding. Again, this is kind of their entry-level one for Castelli, and it's just kind of regular padding in there. And then on the higher-end Castelli, you get into different shaped and molded padding. In other words, it's thicker in some spots, thinner in other spots, whereas this is just one thickness all the way through. This is also thicker and thinner in a variety of spots. So in general, this chamois is closer to this one than this, but I'll explain why in a minute, that it maybe not exactly. Okay, leg grippers. Well, we got the bibs inside out. Higher end cycling shorts or bibs are gonna have kind of a silicone grippy. This is not really silicone, it's kind of just an elastic. It may have it looks like it's texturized, but it's not really that texturized. It's just more of an image. This is another silicone gripper. Stitching, nice flat stitching here on this one. A little bit bunchier stitching here, not so flat on that, but then on Castelli's higher end, back to flat stitching. So stitching pretty good, you know, compares favorably between the two. Okay, now let's talk about how the actual bibs fit. All right, first things first, the leg grippers. Notice they come down just above the boogeyman's knees. He's got a long inseam. That long inseam is about a 32 to 33 inch inseam. And these are the standard length. They do offer longer ones in case you happen to be longer in the leg department there. Moving on up. In the stomach department, the gap, and the boogeyman will point to what I'm talking about, comes right below the navel. So it's actually relatively high in comparison to some of the other shorts we've got. And then Boogeyman's going to turn around the other way so his microphone doesn't get tangled up. And the bib straps, you'll notice, are a full back strap. All right. So that is how the bibs fit. So use your imaginations. Imagine that we just raced our bikes and we tested these kits while doing it, because that's what we just did. Hence the awesome hair and the sweaty face and all that kind of fun stuff. I would have videoed us doing that, except you've seen videos of me racing and I just flail about and cuss a whole lot, and I probably get demonetized for all the things I say while I'm on the trainer. But anyway, so what do we think about these kits? Again, let's just start at the bottom and work our way up. I'm going to talk about the base layer last. So I'll talk about the base layer last, because that's really not part of the bib, right? So bibs, leg grippers. What do you think?
They're really grippy and they hold your leg.
They're grippy and they hold your leg and they're not uncomfortable. It's an even pressure all the way around. I've found that just like my higher end Castellis, the gripper itself feels loose at first when you just put it on. It almost feels just like it's a little loose. It almost felt wrong. First time I ever tried that on my high end Castellis, felt the same way. And as soon as you start pedaling, it just grips. It just holds tight. So whatever magic fairy dust they're using on it, it works. It grips, it stays in place. That's nice. Now that is an upgrade. That's part of the upgrade from the entry-level bib up. So the entry-level bib has just like regular box stitching around the outside. It doesn't have this silicone gripper. That's one of the reasons I went with it, because I wanted that silicone gripper. While it's mainly for trainers, that's what I got these for. The other thing is that, you know, maybe I want to take it out and ride with it on a hot summer day too. Since it doesn't have any logos on it, I'm not upsetting any sponsors, right? Okay, so what about the next thing up? That would be the chamois. How about the chamois?
At first it felt like a diaper, but then it started to break in and it felt a lot nicer.
Right, yeah, so out of the package, it felt pretty thick. And I was kind of worried about that. I've got my entry-level bibs have a very thick pad and I don't really like them, but they're okay. My higher end bibs have a much thinner pad, which I know some people like thick, right? I mean, some people just like thick pads. I tend to think that a thinner chamois is better. You shouldn't need that much. But I was worried these felt a little thick, and then we put them on and realized that the thickness is more towards the back side, and the thinness is towards the front. Now that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but the reality is your backside is where your sit bones are. It's where your bum is. And having a little extra padding there is fine. Having a lot of extra padding up underneath of the tiddly bits there, when you're pedaling and you're doing a lot of this, having a lot of extra padding kind of makes it chafe, doesn't really feel all that comfortable. So having that slightly thinner padding up front, actually a lot thinner padding up front, and the thicker padding in the rear, it actually felt good. It doesn't seem to break down. It doesn't, like after a long ride, it doesn't seem to get all squished and flat. It's pretty, pretty consistent throughout. So that's good. Okay. Now we mentioned the V here before, and the V it's a personal preference, but let's face it. Okay, if your V is too low when you're wearing, an Aero cut jersey or so, and you start to ride, it maybe comes up a little bit, and everybody gets to see your jelly roll. Nobody wants to see that. No one wants to see that. Your little muffin top. So if that's too low, then it's a problem. If it's too high, then it becomes another problem. In that, okay, this is for the guys. When you go to the bathroom, you gotta pull it down if it's too high. And yeah, I've got a couple pair that I feel like I'm gonna rip every time I go to the bathroom, or I just have to do the old, out the leg. Hope the camera didn't catch all that. But these come up high, but they have enough elasticity that I don't feel like I'm going to damage the fabric. I don't feel like I'm going to rip it. I can easily do that. Ladies, sorry, there are no bib shorts that work great for you. You just got to do your thing. All right, straps. What do you think about the straps?
They're nice and wide. They don't really cut into your shoulders that much.
Exactly.
At all. Really.
Yeah, they're very nice and wide. Stitching's a little bit thicker up here. I've got some that are a little bit thinner than this, but overall good. Doesn't leave any marks or anything. I do get some marks on my lower part, on my legs from these, where I get some like the tennis ball lines in my legs. never uncomfortable. It's just, they're there. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and get the boogeyman to turn around. Again, the full-sized back, very comfortable overall. I prefer this to the bibs that just have this like straight over kind of thing. I don't know what that's all about. One of the things that aggravates me, you can turn back around. One of the things that aggravates me about jerseys that are bibs that have that straight is, maybe it's the problem I have, but when I wear aerodynamic jerseys and I have a heart rate monitor on and I have bibs that have the straight straps, they move to the outside of my man bosom, and the heart rate monitor moves to the underside of my man bosom, and it looks like I'm, because it kind of, you know, okay, the bibs that do this are correct. They keep you from looking as though you're wearing a training bra. That's what it is, yes. So I prefer that. Plus, it's just more comfortable. Okay, so overall impressions, we like these bibs. Are they as good as our $200 plus high-end sponsor approved gear? No, but they're 80 bucks. Are they worth the 80 bucks? Yeah, I think they're worth 80 bucks. I think they're very much worth 80 bucks and probably even more, well more than that. I've paid twice as much for a pair of bibs that I didn't like near as much. So in general, yes. So who are these for? Okay, again, they have 3 lines, 3 bibs, and they've got tall versions. Like if you happen to be very tall, they have them for longer people and for shorter people. First of all, skip the shorts. Don't do shorts without the straps. If you're new to cycling and you're like, oh, but the shorts are going to be easier. No, they're not. Just trust me. Just go straight to the bibs. They stay up better. I know that doesn't seem like it's a problem, but it can be when you're riding long days and you get really sweaty. But not only that, they're just so much more comfortable. You don't want that cutting into your waist when you're tired and when you're sweaty. It's just bad. So go with bibs. Who are these for? If you're a racer, these are good. Let's say it's mid-season. Hypothetically, you wreck, right? And you tear your sponsor bibs, and you're not going to do another kit order for another couple months. You can wear these. You're not going to offend anybody, and you're good to go. Maybe you're on the trainer a lot. These are probably really good for you if this is a trainer. I say probably because they have lower priced bibs that if they're only ever going to see the light of day on the trainer, maybe go for their lower priced bibs. So these are more for that kind of person that wants a high quality bib that's going to do both, but that won't break the bank. Overall, I think pretty good. I mean, I'd give them like an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7.5. We'll go 7.5 out of 10. Fair?
Yep. All
right. We didn't talk about the base layer. It's real simple. It's a $20 base layer. Is it worth 20 bucks? Heck yeah, it's worth 20 bucks. Why should you wear a base layer? Well, base layers are good for cold weather. They're good for warm weather because it wicks sweat away from you. And they're good in case you crash. It's just that one extra layer that keeps one extra layer of skin. The Boogeyman can tell you recently, he just crashed really, really bad. He's got lots of skin missing, but the places where he doesn't have a lot of extra skin missing is where he had his base layer. He had a sleeveless base layer just like this. It got messed up a little bit, but where he didn't have a base layer, his skin got messed up a lot. Base layers can help you in that situation. But again, they wick sweat, they can add some warmth. They're just good to wear all the way around. You can race in them on the trainer. You can ride on the trainer with them if you don't want to wear your fancy jersey. And for 20 bucks, this is pretty darn close to the same type of material and same type of breathability as some of the higher end ones that sell for $60, $80, or $100. And we have those. We have those that sell for 80 bucks. And this is just the same. I will be outfitting my closet with like 4 more of these. This is a 10 out of 10, 100%. Like if you don't buy anything else from this company, buy the base layers. They are totally worth it. Heck, hike in them. They're that comfortable. I mean, they breathe. They're great. They keep warm. They keep you warm when it's cold. They keep you cool when it's hot. Just get them. Okay, so that's our take on the Black Bibs. They have lots of other products to offer. I'll go ahead and put a link, of course, to the company down in the description. We're not being sponsored or paid to provide this. We bought these ourselves, and we will be buying more. I'm probably going to buy one of the ones that's just a step below this to try it for the trainer specifically. But honestly, for the price, I don't think you can go wrong. Great product. Yeah, look forward to getting a couple more pairs of these and definitely some more base layers. So again, thanks. That's our review for today. Stay tuned for more stuff. If you like this review, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like this review and you made it this far, I'm just like questioning your choices in life. Why are you here? Go do something else, like ride your bike. And otherwise, maybe, I don't know, share this with your friends. We're getting a lot more subscribers lately, which we love. But we're getting views that videos that have like 60,000 views and only 1,200 subscribers. That's not good math. So, you know, subscribe. If you're watching this, chances are you're not subscribed already. Just subscribe. It's like a button. I've got it down here. You can hit that thing, or you can press the one down there. Just, you know, subscribe.
It's really easy.
It's pretty easy. And then you can like catch all of this awesome content. Okay, so for now, thanks again for watching, and we'll be back again soon with some more awesome content. See you guys later.